Nice to have your company on Racing to Win. We're in the home stretch. This is the final race on the card. It's race 10, Saturday afternoon at Sha Tin. The Panasonic Japan System Kitchen Handicap, Class 3, 1400. Anonyma will carry Saddlecloth 1. Blinkers with one cow go on to Sacred Ibis, who was scratched from his first intended start this season. Superstars won 3 of his last 4 for Tony Millard. Alkari ran well last start. Craig Star's a last start winner. Happy Force, a jump and run type. Beauty Loyal, the 10-pound claimer, goes aboard horse number 8. And then we go down to Everyone's Joy, Lakeshore Eagle, Monica. It's a good, solid race, this. Triumphant Horse. Great Treasure, the 8-year-old, racing in terrific fashion. And Harbour Alert is the one that's close to a drop in class. Sacred Ibis, Happy Force and Monica have all been back and forth to Chun Fa. This is a good race. How does it sort out early, Tom?
Yeah, having a look at the speed here, good. You've got Happy Force there. Harbour Alert, he's looking for that drop in grade, and the all-weather again. Beauty Loyal to get a nice run just behind them from gate 4 with Alfie Chan. Anonyma, he set a long way back last time out, but he's got a draw of gate number 7 where he could potentially push forward. Triumphant Horse can race forward, and Everyone's Joy is just behind them. He's also another horse that can race forward. Craig Star, Superstar at the back there.
Yeah, here is Superstar. He's flying at the moment. It was a good win last time, beating Invincible Missile. He's under a good hold here. He's not the biggest horse around. Does have to carry a bigger weight. And he's got the wide draw, but he gets back, but he moves nicely there. Next one, we're going to have a look at it, Everyone's Joy. Now, he's closest to us with the Witness Hunter. He goes nicely enough, does Everyone's Joy. He looked really good last season as well. The tongue tie will go on him for the first time as well, and he's had a run back this season already. And Lakeshore Eagle, another one that we've already seen at the races this season. He goes nicely as well. He ran 4th behind Chicken Dance last time and should get a good run from barrier 5.
All right, well, let's have a listen to what Paul O'Sullivan has to say about Sacred Ibis, who was scratched from his last intended start.
Paul, Sacred Ibis in the last race, what happened last time out, got to the start and there was just a few issues?
Yeah, he had some blood coming out one of his nostrils. We scoped him afterwards. It wasn't a bleed from the lung, of course. He must have sustained some sort of knock to the nose there somewhere, but the vets couldn't put it down to anything, so rightfully they pulled him out and we're having another go. He's had
another trial up at Chung Fa. Was that just a maintenance piece to keep him ticking over, and were you happy with that? Yeah,
it was twofold thing. One was a maintenance thing, but the other one, you like to sort of put him under some sort of pressure to make sure it's not going to bring him back here to Sha Tin and reoccur. And he trialled well, pulled up well, so he's got a lot of weight and a little bit of an awkward gait, but if there's speed in the race, he'd be finishing well.
Good course and distance record, fresh record as well, so confident of a bold showing?
Yeah, he's his last couple of runs last year, he just didn't want to tack onto the field at all. He's sort of horse who lasts about 7 or 8 runs and then his form does taper off, but as you say, he's got a good fresh record, he's fitting well, so we'd be looking for a bold showing.
He's not dissimilar to Happy Sebring, actually. He can bomb the start, but we know he can rattle late. What do we make of him going in here fresh?
Yeah, look, he's got that good fresh record, hasn't he? Interesting, the gear change, because he can hang a little bit, so hopefully that'll fix that.
Yeah, look at his first up record, 2 wins from 4 and great course and distance.
He's meeting some pretty classy opposition, and Superstar does look to certainly have a few strings to his bow. He's won 4 from 7. He's got a fabulous turn of foot. Alkari's going quite well, and Beauty Loyal won at the end of last season and has held that form coming into this term.
Yeah, look, Superstar's drawn 14. I'm not worried about that because he gets back anyway. You could see Joe Weaver's way through the field here, and it was a really strong form race, I thought, because as you mentioned, Alkari's going well and Invincible Missile's going really well. So, look, I think he's a chance again, even though he's drawn wide.
Tony Millard's given him plenty of time between runs as well. He's had about 5.5 weeks since that last effort. He did pull up with blood on the track here too.
He did, so that just enhances the performance, doesn't it? Craig Star here got that lovely run. Triumphant Horse ran a nice race, and Alkari, again, another big performance from him to run second. Yeah,
Craig Star's in really good form at the moment. Joe Moreira was on board, but he's opted to stick here with Superstar, so Blake Shin jumps on board. He won this race really quite nicely over the final stages. We know Alkari's going well, and in that race as well was Triumphant Horse. That was his best run to date, Triumphant Horse.
There's a horse in the back there in the pink colours called Flying Victory who got held up for a long way too. He won at his next start, so a strong form line. Let's go to Beauty Loyal. Everyone's Joy is only having his 5th race start, tongue tie being applied. Another one who's shown plenty of ability.
Yeah, I found a spot for Everyone's Joy. He's had the benefit of that one run now. Here you can see he does finish a nice 4th behind Precious Ship. I thought with this run under his belt, he can improve. Interesting to put in a tongue tie on him for the first time as well.
Happy Force didn't do much in this first up run. He's coming into this second up. Everyone's joy as well with Zach Purton going back on board. He's been the man to get a good tune out of this horse so far. 2 wins and a second placing from his 3 rides.
Yeah, and Beauty Loyal, as I mentioned, holding his form, and Great Treasure, the old fellow, racing with still a huge amount of enthusiasm. Let's now go on to Lakeshore Eagle, another one who does have a really good turn of acceleration. I think Lakeshore Eagle and Superstar are probably the 2 in this to have the superior turn of foot.
Yeah, no, this is a really good form race as well. Chicken Dance, of course, who's, I think, a really nice horse and very progressive. Look, he's had the 1 run now. I think he's going to benefit with this run. He did run placing second up last season as well. And the way he hit the line here, I think he's going to run a big race.
He's had a recent trial coming into this behind Champions Way. He was quite quiet. He was out the back door, but he closed off nicely. Yeah,
and Monica got back here, won 2 races at the end of last season, and really flashed home here first up behind Aero Happiness.
He's in really good form at the moment, this horse, Monica. He is coming into this second up. He's not done too much second up in the past, but he travelled really strongly in a recent trial up at Chung Fa where he ran second. Lyle Hewitson takes the ride here, a 3-time course and a distance winner, but since he sort of started winning, he sort of turned the corner, I think, this horse.
Yeah, definitely, and he didn't get the Clarissa runs there either, so yeah, another one with a chance.
All right, just before we go to the tips, I want to send a special cheerio out too to Raymond Sears, who's a big fan of racing here in Hong Kong. Everybody thinking about you, Raymond. Hopefully we'll see you out at the track soon. We know you've not been in the best of health in the last 3 or 4 days, so get well soon, mate, and we'll see you at the track.
Definitely.
All right, your tips, Paul?
It keeps us honest, doesn't it?
Doesn't
Number 3,
That's why it's called the judge.
The Superstar is the one I've got on top here. I think he'll get back. He'll be running on late, but he's got a really devastating turn of foot, this horse, and Joe Marrero knows the horse very well. Lakeshore Eagle will be finishing off strongly. Craig Starr in there for 3rd. He's got an awkward draw, but he might just get a bit further back than what he did last start, and Everyone's Joy with that run under his belt for 4th. 3, 10, 5 and 9.
I'm going to take a chance with Sacred Ibis in the final race of the day for Paul O'Sullivan and Matthew Chadwick over Superstar, who will be certainly finding the line strongly from the back. Craig Starr, number 5, and also 9, Everyone's Joy. 2, 3, 5 and 9. You haven't tipped any Class 5 winners recently for Raymond?
I haven't, no. And just to make sure that I don't get berated the next time we see Raymond at the track, I'm going to tip Lakeshore Eagle in the final race. I think it's a good race, but Lakeshore Eagle does have a touch of class. Now, let's have a look at the stats for the program, Paul. What have you muscled up for us here?
Chris So. Now, Chris So, when he uses his trump cards, he's got a 43% first 3 rate. From his 16 runners, he's had 4 wins, a second and a couple of thirds as well, so he plays his cards well, and Lakeshore Eagle was the one we're going to show there. He's a horse who's got a really good chance in the last.
All right, and the best of the day, Paul?
The best for me, I'm going to go with a horse earlier on, and it's California Gung Ho. Down the straight 1,000, I think he can get a really nice run just in behind the pace, and he's in great form at the moment, this horse, this season in particular. And Rule the Roost, we'll give him another chance. 2,000 metres, he's been running really well on the dirt, 1650, up to 2,000 I think looks ideal for him. He's drawn wide, but he gets back from that awkward start of 2,000 metres. And the play, we'll put him in there with a couple of the favourite runners, Glorious Dragon and Splendor and Gold. So 2, 8 and 14.
My best comes up in race 8, number 1, Sunshine Warrior. Has tried the mile before, but he had excuses on that occasion, so he goes on top. He's in good form. Race 8, number 1, Sunshine Warrior. Sacred Ibis in the last. He's currently at 27-1 for Paul O'Sullivan and Matthew Chadwick. Good first up record and also course and distance. And we'll make the play in that race as well with Superstar and Craig Starr.
All right. A pair of stars there in the play with one other. California Legend for Alfie Chan. Onto the all-weather, straight to the front. See nothing but dust the opposition. That's what I'm hoping anyway. 5-7 Super Junior. Might be forgotten in that 1,000-metre dash race. It's a good line-up, but he's a classy horse himself. Touch of Luck in Folding and California Legend. Just in case things go wrong with California Legend, I'll be using those other 2 as the Q and QP flankers, so to speak. So that's it. Should be a good day. Always a good day, Panasonic Cup Day.
Certainly is. Should be a good crowd. Weather's meant to be good. Temperature's really nice at the moment, so should be a great day.
And if you're in Hong Kong, Paul, when you head to the track, there's often a lot of the products there on course to have a look at.
Yeah, definitely. Early starter course. Don't forget, 12:15 on a Saturday as well. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, Champions Way, of course, on return. And then we're back to the Valley on Wednesday night for another big 9-race card. So plenty of racing, exciting racing coming up in Hong Kong. We hope you can join us trackside for that early start at Sha Tin. Until then, bye-bye.